Hi everyone, my name's Abby and welcome to today's TV4Education YouTube Live. Today I'll be taking you through how to create a video lesson for your students. In this case I'll be creating a Ancient Civilizations video lesson for Year 10 students. So before I get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel here and ring the bell so that you can be notified whenever it is that we go live or whenever we upload any new content so that you can be updated as soon as possible. And if you miss the start of this, don't stress, you'll be able to catch it later when it's uploaded to our YouTube channel. So I'm going to take you to my screen and show you how you can start creating this video lesson. So if you go up here to the top left and you go to Smart Classrooms, you can then go to Create a Lesson, and I'm going to open it in a new tab just to make it easier for myself. So once you do that, you'll come up with this blank screen and it's just asking you for the lesson name and then a simple description on the lesson. So in this case, it is Ancient Civilizations. And then in the description, I can put a video lesson on ancient nations for Year 10 history students. And I can edit this at any point if I want. If later on I want to let them know how many videos are in this lesson or what kind of civilizations we're dealing with, I can pop that in later on if I want. But that's all the detail I need for now, so I'm just going to click Save. Now once I've clicked Save, it gives me my lesson title here as well as the description. And now I have to go ahead and add my content. So let's say I want a few different documentaries based on different civilizations. So I'll go back to TV4Ed and I'll have a search around for what it is I want. So I've typed that in and I can see first up here's a documentary about the Mayans. So I can click on that, I can see that it's PG and I can scroll through it and think this would definitely be a good resource to show my Year 10s, and the Mayans is one of the civilizations that we're covering. So I'll go ahead and add this to my lesson. So I'll just copy this title here and I'll search it here. So once you click Add Resource, when you want to add your resources, you click Add Resource and it will come up with this screen. So you can either search through TV4Ed, Curated YouTube or normal YouTube, URLs, or you can add some text here if you want. And if you're posting a link to an article or something, you can paste it in here. But since it's a TV4Ed video, we're just going to search it through TV4Ed. And as we can see, that is the video that we were shown before. So I'll click Add to Lesson and that's now added it to my lesson. Now if at any point I want to clip this video, so I'll click the little scissors button right here and say there's a section just at the beginning that I want to show the students. I don't want to show them the whole thing. So I'll go to the beginning of the video. I'll click this little arrow here where my cursor is and that will start the chapter. And let's say I want to show them up until about 6 minutes. I click this other arrow and that will create the chapter for me. It gives me the start time and the end time of the chapter. I can title the chapter Mayan Civilization or whatever it is I want to call it. And then I can click Create Chapter and that's now created that chapter for me. And I can create more than one chapter if I want. If there's a part in the middle that I also want to show the students, I can click this arrow here and then I can click this arrow here again and it will create another chapter, and I can just call this one Mayan Civilization 2 if I want to. And now that I have saved all of that, I've clicked Create Chapter and I've clicked Save down here. I can click Close, and now when I play this video, it will only play those chapters for the students. So as you see, I'm skipping through here. Because I went past that first chapter, it's now skipped to the second chapter. So your students won't be able to see this big chunk in the middle that you didn't want them to see. So that's how you can clip a video. If I decide this video is not for me, I can click this little trash button here if I want. I can also click the edit button, so I can edit the title. Let's say I just want them to know that it is a PG rated film. I can put that in, and the date of the documentary. I can change the title if I want to, and then I can add a description, and say, please watch these 2 chapters. If I can spell chapters right, for class tomorrow. And then answer the questions. And that will then come up beside the video for you. So I click Save Resource, and now you can see the little hint I've put in is now there, and it's changed the title for me as well. So I want to now add another resource. I want to add this resource, The Treasures of Ancient Egypt. So once again, I'll just copy and paste this because they're also studying ancient Egyptian, so you want them to have another resource that's just based on Egypt. And you can see this is the program we were looking at before, so I'll click Add to Lesson. And then let's say you want to add a question for this program. You go to Add Question right here where my cursor is, and you can add as many questions as you like. So you can either pick a multiple choice question, you can click a yes or no question, or you can click a missing word question. So let's say that the question that relates to the video is which pharaoh built the biggest pyramid of Giza? So that's the question, and you want it to be a multiple choice question. You want them to pick from multiple pharaohs. In the question hints, you can say in this, you can say, let's say the answer is so now they know that the answer to this question is in chapter 1 of the video. So if they're watching chapter 1 and paying attention, they'll be able to answer it. So you can type up to 6 options in here. So we'll type some pharaohs. So I've typed in the names of 6 different pharaohs from ancient Egypt, and then Khufu is who built the biggest Great Pyramid of Giza. So I'll click tick there. So that's just letting the system know that that's the correct answer, and that's the answer that your students need to click on for that answer to be correct. And once you've filled all of that in, you click Save Question, and now you've got a new question here. So your students can pick which answer is correct. In this case, it is Khufu. And let's say you've put the questions out of order. So let's say you've added the ancient Egypt documentary first and not the Mayan one. And this question is now underneath the Mayan lesson, but you want it to be underneath the ancient Egypt question because that's the video it relates to. There's no issues. You just click the up arrow, and now that's underneath the correct documentary. And you can do this with the documentaries as well. You can click the up and down arrows and change them as you see fit. So now let's say we'll add a different one. We'll add this documentary on ancient Greece, and we will add a different kind of question for this one. So I'm just adding it as I did before. There we are, there's the correct one. And I'll click Add to Lesson, scroll down, it's at the bottom. Now I'll add a question underneath this video. So this time I want to add a yes and no question. So let's say we'll make it a very simple question. Let's say we're talking about ancient Egyptian theatre. So we can say Sophocles wrote the play Antigone. And then you can put a question hint in here if you want. You don't have to. Let's say in this case we won't. I believe I've spelled Sophocles wrong, but we'll ignore that. So in this case, you can click yes or no as to whether this statement is correct. In this case, yes, that is correct. So we'll click yes. And we'll click save. So now you've got this question underneath the Athens video, and your students can click yes or no. In this case, the correct answer is yes. So if they click yes, they'll get that answer correct. So let's say we want to add we've looked through TV4Ed, but now we want to add some YouTube content. So I'll type in ancient Egypt. We'll go to the YouTube tab and type in ancient Egypt and click search. And now let's say you want to add this documentary that's available on YouTube. You do that just the same as you would for TV4Ed. So you can search through the YouTube bar, or you can go to YouTube and copy and paste the titles from there. So we can add this to the lesson, and it works just the same. You can play it from here, and your students can watch this in the lesson if you share it with them. So let's say for this one, we want to add another question. So we'll add, we'll click, oh, not add resource, sorry. We'll click add question, and this time we want a missing word question, which is the only one that hasn't been added yet. So let's say you want to put, let's say this question is about Hatshepsut. Let's say Hatshepsut was the, and then we'll click add missing word. So you just click add missing word to wherever you want the missing word to go in the sentence. So I've got Hatshepsut was the female emperor So you can do that, and then in this box here, I'll write the correct answer, which is second. And then you can also change the size of the text as well. And you can also, the question hint is under here as well. So you can put that in there if you want. So in this case, I'll put what number, and then I'll click save question. And then the question will come up like this. So when your students get this lesson, they'll type in second if they know the answer to that question. So you can do that for any of these documentaries. You can look through and think, oh, I haven't added one for the Mayans yet. So I'll quickly add a question, and I'll say another missing word. The Mayans calendar ended in the year, and then I'll put, once again, because this is a missing word question, oh, I've typed that in the wrong box, that's okay. So I've typed that question in, click add missing word, and I can put 2012 in. And you can put as many missing words in as you want. You don't have to just do one. So you can, let's say, put add missing word there. So they have to type the word calendar in as well. So you can do as many as you want. You can have a really long sentence, a really long paragraph, as long as it's within the character limit. So you can have 5 missing words if you want, if it's a more advanced lesson, or you can just have 1, or you can have 2, however it is that you want. I'll click save question, and as you can see, it's now created a missing word question with 2 things to fill out. So they'll type in calendar, and they'll type in 2012. And then because this is related to the Mayan video, I'll just quickly go up, keep pressing up. And then we can see that it's underneath the Mayan video. So this is a video lesson that we've just created. So we've got 4 videos. We've got 3 from TV4Education, and we've currently got 4 questions. So we've got this documentary, Ancient Egypt documentary here, with a multiple choice question underneath. We've got a documentary about the ancient Mayans with a missing word question with 2 missing words in it. This documentary on ancient Greece with a yes or no question, as well as at the bottom an ancient Egypt documentary from YouTube with a missing word question here as well. And we also create, our team also creates these lessons for you as well. Usually our video lessons consist of about 5 TV4Ed and YouTube videos and about 5 to 10 questions, and you can also make them yourself like this. And then let's say I want to edit here. I want to edit the description. I can say ancient Egypt, and Greece. And then I can say there is 4 videos and questions available. And now I've just changed the description of that and I've clicked save. And now I've got myself a video lesson that I can share with my students. So I can print it down here and I can share it here with my students if I want them to complete it on their computers. So that is my Ancient Civilizations lesson. I've just created a lesson with 4 videos, 4 questions of different kinds for Year 10 students, and I've just shown you how easy it is that you can do yourself. You can either browse through our range of video lessons on TV4Education that have been created by our research team, or you can create them yourself and share them with your students yourself this way. So that is our training session for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified when we're going live and when we upload, as well as follow us at TV4Education on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to keep up to date with all our newest content, upgrades, and all the new news created relevant to TV4Education. So until next time, I hope everyone has a great day and I hope you all learn lots. Bye everyone.